Hi. Oh, it's alright. What happened here, little guy?
The first thing you'll notice when you play Kena Bridge of Spirits is how gorgeous the game is. The second thing you're going to notice is how charming the game is. What's up, guys? Veteran Gamer here. And charming is probably the best word to describe Kena Bridge of Spirits if you could only use one word. Everything about the game has charm, from the graphics, the musical score, to the lovable characters. Everything screams charming, and that is a kudos to Ember Lab and the team there. They did a fantastic job when it comes to the overall presentation of the game. Not only is the presentation really good, this charm factor goes to every single aspect of it, whether it's platforming, combat, to the most lovable moments, to the most epic moments. Front to back, playing Kena Bridge of Spirits is like playing a Pixar movie. And the people at Ember Lab, they did a fantastic job. It's clear that their background in animation, it shows all over. They did an absolute fantastic job. Playing the game on PlayStation 5, you do get two graphical modes. One mode is 4K 30, and the other mode is dynamic 4K 60. No matter which mode you choose, they're both good. I sampled both modes personally, and you could go with either one. I settled for the frame rate mode, as I prefer frames over resolution any day. That's just me. But you're good with either decision. But all of this, when it comes to the presentation, it's all amplified by the musical score. The music in this game is very, very, very well done. There was one scene in this game that when you combine the cuteness, the charm of the game, the visuals, the music, I actually broke down and shed a tear. It was a very emotional scene. It was a beautiful scene. And that's the power that this game has. Its story and its characters are so lovable, so charming, that the game will instantly grab you and hold you for the whole playthrough front to back. When you start your game, you have 3 difficulty modes to choose from. The Spirit Guide mode, the normal mode, is deceptively difficult. The game starts off really, really easy, but then gets incredibly hard. Like, for a game that's supposed to be garnered towards kids, it was like very difficult. We're talking almost Dark Souls level of difficult. So the good news is that you can change the difficulty at any time. I had to personally for a couple moments. But don't be shy to do it if you have to. I mean, this game can be challenging. It is very deceptively challenging. But aside from that, when you play the game, the core gameplay is simple but challenging in all aspects. As I said before, the game is difficult in nature. Melee combat is completely inspired by Demon Souls, Dark Souls. The whole reading your enemies, dodging, parrying, using your abilities, finding the weaknesses. It is very similar to that. The world in the game itself, it is linear, but it has open spaces. Kind of like an older Zelda, like the N64 days, where there's paths that you may have to skip and then go back to once you get other abilities. Throughout your playthrough, as you expand and you find secrets around the world, you'll also find things like combat chests or meditation spots. These spots for meditation specifically, they will increase your health. So venturing off and looking for the meditation spots will greatly increase your health pool, and it's very useful in a game that is this difficult. There are also typical, wall climbing things from God of War, Tomb Raider, where you climb and you platform through the map. There is one interesting dynamic with this game's gameplay, and that is they have this thing called a one-shot hit health. Basically, your health bar is blue, but once it completely depletes, you will have a sliver of red health restored, and that's your one shot. That your next hit, you are dead. I think this was a nice quality of life feature, as you would know that you can take damage all the way up until you get to that red mark, and then you want to heal. It's a nice feature. I think more games should inherit this. It was just something that I thoroughly enjoyed. But now let's get to the one thing that makes this game so adorable, and that is your companions. Your companions are called Rot. They are used for everything. You can use them to solve puzzles. You use them for the general environment to get through walls. You use them for combat. A lot of your abilities require a Rot point, which is the yellow circle above your health bar. You need that. You do get some back throughout you combat, but the Rots are a part of the gameplay as they are part of the story. They are very helpful. Your most powerful abilities when you go to level up your character, I highly recommend focusing on the Rot abilities, as they are the most useful ones. The biggest problem with the progression in the game is just how very little of it there is. You have your basic set of abilities that you unlock, and once you unlock them, that's it. There's nothing fancy. The Rot abilities are the best ones. But you have this in-game currency, these crystals that you find throughout the world, and they're basically meaningless. These crystals, they're only really meant for cosmetic items for your Rot. And that's it. Not even for Kana herself. Just the Rot. And that is one of the biggest issues that I have, is that the side areas that you can venture off to, other than meditation spots, there's nothing really much there for you. Even the combat chests usually just give you more crystals to use, which is like, okay, more cosmetics. But the good thing is the boss fights. The boss fights are really, really good. They are really challenging, but they are good. Again, much similar to Dark Souls. Their boss fights are modeled after that. Load times for PS5 specifically, they are short. Fast travel is relatively short. You get in and out within 10 seconds, so that's a plus. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to this game is the open world trope, and that is that there's 3 spirits that you have to free, and each spirit has 3 relics that you need to collect in order to progress. That is your, essentially like Assassin's Creed, 3 towers to reveal the area, then you go assassinate the guy. It wasn't annoying because they were very fleshed out, and the relics themselves actually impact the story and tell the story as to why they are there. But overall, the game itself is a fantastic game front to back. This is, without question, the best looking indie game I've ever played. This might be the best indie game I've ever played of all time, to be honest. Although Hades might have something to say about that. But overall, this is a definite surprise. I had this game on my radar from day one when I initially first revealed it at the PlayStation Showcase. But this is a game that I looked forward to. I was hoping it was going to be good. It was better than I expected. And in saying that, this is a quality title. I think everyone should give Ember Lab, a gander. This is a very good job of them. To me, Kana Bridge of Spirits is an underdog for Game of the Year. But we'll see how that plays out with future titles. I'm personally giving Kana Bridge of Spirits a 9 out of 10. This is a title that should not be missed. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.